I'm going to record this because all of you are going to receive this recording after. That way, if you want to watch it again, you're able to watch it, or some people may be watching it later. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Mrs. Collum. I am so excited that all of you are here. I am the author and the owner of Top Score Writing. So I am here to teach you how to write an essay. But I want to promise you that this is probably going to be the easiest way you've ever been taught how to write an essay. And within a few weeks, you're going to be writing. So I have a very simple way to teach writing. I've been teaching kids for almost 20 years now. So today we're going to start with simple planning. Okay, let me start with planning. Okay, sorry, I was working on getting the document. So before I start with planning, I want to just talk about simple prompts real quick. So I'm going to go to my document camera. Now, all you need today is a piece of paper and pencil, which I'm going to show you a few things and then you're going to try some things. But I want to show you underneath my document camera. Right here, you're going to see I have a list of prompts. Okay, so what happens when you are going to be writing an essay? You're given a prompt. Basically, it's just telling you what to write about. Okay, so the prompt could say something simple like write about your favorite subject at school, or write about your favorite place that you like to go to. But whatever the prompt tells you to write about, that's what your essay is going to be about. So before you write an essay, though, you have to plan. So I just want to talk about these prompts real quick. Now, I don't know if you all have ever heard of narrative, but narrative is when you're writing a story, okay? So this would be any prompt that tells you to write a story, you would know that that's a narrative prompt, okay? You'd be writing a narrative story. Then there's prompts that are called expository prompts. Now, these prompts tell you to explain something. Or it could also use the word inform. Okay, so if you see a prompt that says, write to explain about your favorite place, you know that's going to be an expository prompt because it has the word explain in it. Then there's also prompts that are what we call opinion prompts. Okay, so these are prompts that basically have the word opinion in them. Now, we're going to do a little activity here where we're going to put either an N if it's a narrative prompt, an E/I, which is for expository. We put the I because that's also, it could be inform, and then an O if it's opinion. So I just want to do a quick 2-minute practice with you on different types of prompt before we get into planning, because it's really important that you know what the prompt is asking you to write about. So let's look at this first one real quick. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It says, birthdays are times when memories are made. Think of one special birthday that you have celebrated in the past. Write a story about your time celebrating your birthday. Do you guys see the word story or explain or inform or opinion in that prompt? Take a look real quick and see if you see one of those words. I'm going to put a paper here so we're just looking there. Well, hopefully you said story, because I see the word story right here. So I'm going to circle it. So because this prompt has the word story in it, we know it's a narrative prompt. So I'm going to write an N because that means this is a narrative prompt. This prompt is telling me to write a story. So I know when I go to write my essay, I'm not going to be explaining something. I'm going to be writing a story. Let's look at the next one. Many children walk home from school. Imagine that you were walking home from school when you found a puppy. Now tell what happened when you took the puppy home. Now, this one has a little trick word in here. For narrative, it could be story or tell. I forgot to put that other keyword for you there. So you can see the word tell is here. Now tell what happened. So it's another narrative prompt. So we would put an N. Let's look at another prompt. Everyone has a favorite restaurant. Think about your favorite restaurant. Now explain why this restaurant is your favorite. Do you see any of these keywords in that prompt? Do you see story, tell, explain, inform, or opinion anywhere in this prompt? Yes, the word explain right here. I'm going to circle it. So that means it's an expository prompt. So I'm going to put an E. All right. Now I'm going to show you one more prompt and then I'm going to show you how to plan. Let's look at this one. The school principal is thinking about getting rid of ice cream in the cafeteria and selling healthier snacks. She is willing to listen to students' opinions. Some students may agree with this idea, but some may not. What is your opinion about eliminating ice cream from being sold at lunchtime? When you look at that prompt, do you see story, tell, explain, inform, or opinion? I'll give you a couple of seconds. Yeah, you see the word opinion right here. That means this is an opinion prompt. So I'm going to put an O. All right, so I just wanted to start with showing you the different types of prompts you might see. Now, today's main focus is planning. So we're going to jump to planning because this is the most important part about writing an essay. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were going to go on a trip and you guys were in the car and let's say you're going on a vacation and you were going to drive there, but you had no idea how to get there. You've never been there before. What would you probably do before you went? Or before you started going when you got in the car? What do you think you would do or your parents would do to help prepare for that trip so you know where you're going? You would probably look on a map on your phone or go to your GPS and type in the address, right? When you go to write an essay, your planning is like your map, okay? So let me show you what I mean, because once you learn this, it's going to be so easy. Let's pretend this is the prompt, okay? It says everyone has a favorite animal. Think about your favorite animal. Now explain why this animal is your favorite. Does anyone see one of those keywords that we talked about in this prompt? Story, tell, explain, inform, or opinion. Anyone see one of those keywords? You should see the keyword explain, right? So we know we're doing an expository essay. So for today and for the next few times that I see you, we're going to be working on expository writing. This is just simply where you're going to explain something to your reader in your essay. Now, today's prompt is about your favorite animal. Okay, so this really could be anything, but I'm going to show you an example of how you plan for this essay. Now, this is something cool. It's called an IRC outline. So don't forget this because you're going to use this every time you write an essay for the rest of your life. Elementary school, middle school, high school, even college, you can use this outline to plan for your essay. So it's called an IRC outline. Let me show you how to draw it. You don't have to draw it yet. You're going to draw it in a few minutes, but let me show you. We have an I, R1, R2, R3, and a conclusion. Then for each of my R's, I'm going to put an A and a B, and you're going to see why in a few minutes. This is how you draw an IRC outline. Now, I'm going to give you a chance to draw it in a minute. I just want you to pay attention real quick on this part. The I stands for the introduction paragraph. This is the first paragraph of your essay. R1 stands for reason one. So whatever animal you pick, you're going to give me the first reason that's your favorite animal. R2 stands for your second reason. R3 stands for your third reason. Okay, reason 3, that's what R. And then conclusion is your C. Now, just make a mental note. We only put an A and B next to the R's. We don't have an A and B next to I and C. Okay, now let's fill this out. Let me think of my favorite animal. I have so many animals. Those of you that don't know me, I have a dog, I have cats, I have a pig, a very big pig. I have goats. I have tortoises. Okay, so I have a lot of different animals, but if I have to pick one, my favorite is probably my dog because I just got her and she's super sweet. So I'm going to pick dog. Now, whatever you pick, you always put your main topic, which is what you pick, on the I and the C line. So I'm going to put dog and dog because that's my favorite animal. The prompt said, everyone has a favorite animal. Think about your favorite animal. Now explain why this animal is your favorite. So I picked dog, but now I have to come up with 3 reasons why a dog's my favorite. So the first reason I love dogs is because they're playful. So reason 1, R1, I'm going to put playful. Reason 2 I like dogs is because they can do some cool tricks. And the third reason I like dogs, is because, they're good guard dogs, right? They can help protect you. So I'm going to put that they're guard. They can guard you. Now, I'm almost done. What these A's and B's are there just 2 little examples about your reason. So let me show you how this works. It's actually really easy. If I'm talking about a dog being playful, what are 2 ways they're playful that I can put here? I think I could put that they know how to fetch, right? That's one way they're playful. They can fetch a ball. Let me think. Another way they're playful is, you could throw a frisbee. You can play frisbee with them. For tricks, let me think. I need to put up 2 tricks here. What's one trick? My dog can roll over. That's a cool trick. Roll over. And then another trick is she can give paw. If I tell her, give me your paw, she gives paw. Put paw. And then for guarding, because their dogs can be like a good guard dog and they can guard you. They can bark. Like if someone's coming up to your house that you might not know, they can bark at them. And they can also protect you. So you see how these are just 2 things about that. Like fetching and frisbee are 2 things about being playful. And tricks are rolling over and giving paw are 2 things about tricks. And barking and protecting are 2 things about guarding. Okay, now let me show you how this, I'm going to pull out my highlighter here. This is one of my favorite highlighters. If you don't have one, it has 5 colors. These are the best. Or if you can get 5 highlighters, because we're going to use these a lot in writing. These are going to make writing so easy. But let me show you. Remember I told you in the beginning that this is your map? Okay, this is your map. Let me show you how this is your map. I'm going to put yellow around my I. I'm going to put pink around my R1, blue around R2, orange around R3, and then I'm going to put green around C. Okay, now I want to show you. Remember I told you I'm going to be working with you for about 6 weeks now. And by the end, you're going to be writing a full essay. And it's going to be so easy. You're going to be like, I did not know writing was this easy. But let me show you how this is your map. Okay, you ready? This yellow that I just put a box around, the introduction, is your first paragraph. We're just going to introduce the topic of our favorite animal being a dog. Then our second paragraph, we're going to write about how dogs are playful. And we're going to talk about how they fetch and how they throw frisbee. All of this is our second paragraph. In our third paragraph, we're going to talk about how they do tricks and how they can roll over and give paw. And in our fourth paragraph, we're going to talk about how they can guard, they can be a guard dog, and how they can bark and protect you. And then in our fifth paragraph, we're going to do a conclusion. We're just going to wrap up our essay about our favorite animal being a dog. So you're going to be writing 5 paragraphs, and you're not going to have to ask me or your mom or dad. You're not going to have to say, what do I write in my second paragraph? Because guess what? If you say, what do I write in my second paragraph? I'm going to say, look at your map, your planning. Second paragraph, okay, that's here. I'm going to be writing about dogs are playful, and we're writing about they fetch and they throw frisbee, or they can catch frisbee. Or if you raise your hand and say, I don't know what to write my fourth paragraph, I'm going to say, oh, let's look at your roadmap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth paragraph, you're talking about how dogs can guard you and how they bark and protect. This is your map to your entire essay. And on Thursday, when I meet with you, I'm going to show you how to write this paragraph. And then the next day, I'm going to show you how to write this paragraph. And the next day, this paragraph. And so you see how we're going to keep moving through, and it's going to be really, really easy. But without this, I can't write my essay because I won't know what goes in every paragraph. All right. Now, for this one, I do want you to take out a piece of paper. Okay. Now, here's the prompt. And I want everyone to draw an IRC outline. Okay, so you can follow along, do this on your own piece of paper, because I want you to get used to drawing this. Don't worry about your lines being perfect. It's okay. Remember, only put an A and B next to R1, R2, and R3. Don't put it next to I and C. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to make sure you draw that correctly. This is your IRC outline. This is how you plan for your essay. Just want to make sure everyone has time to write that. Okay. So when you're writing an essay or any type of writing, you first read the prompt, then you plan, then you write the essay. Okay, so let's look at the prompt. We all have someone special in our lives. Think about someone special in your life. Now explain why this person is so special. So I see the key word is explain. I know I'm doing an expository essay. And I know I have to think about someone who's special in my life. Okay, remember, the prompt is telling us what to write about. I can't write about my favorite vacation. That's not what the prompt is saying. The prompt is saying, think about someone special in your life. Now explain why this person is so special. So I want you to think for a minute about someone that's special in your life. Now, don't worry if there's like 3 people, just choose one. You don't want to overthink this and go, for 20 minutes. I don't know. Just pick someone because you don't want to waste time overthinking it. Just pick anyone. It's okay. Now, I'm going to pick my mom for this example. So because I picked my mom as my special person, and that's my main topic, I'm going to write mom on the I line and the C line. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick your special person. Maybe it's your mom too. Or maybe it's your dad. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's your grandma or grandpa. It can be anyone, but whoever you pick, I want you to write on the I and the C line, because again, whatever your main thing is, you always write on the I and the C line. The I and the C. Okay. Now that you've picked your person, I want you to think about 3 reasons why this person is your special person. Why is this person so special to you? Now, when you're writing your reasons, make sure you pick good reasons that you can write a lot about that aren't the same. Like I don't want to write that my mom is nice, kind, and sweet. Because nice, kind, and sweet are all the same thing, right? I could put nice, but I don't want to put nice, kind, and sweet. That's all the same thing. Think of 3 things that you could write a lot about. So first, I'm going to pick that my mom is my special person because she cooks. And then the other reason my mom is a special person in my life is because she also helps clean. And the third reason my mom is special in my life is because she's lots of fun. Now, you can choose whatever 3 reasons you want. for your special person, make sure you pick 3 reasons why that person is special. Now, once you have your reasons done, then I want you to think about your A's and B's. So now I have to figure out 2 things about her cooking that I want to write about in my essay. Okay, so I'm going to write about her really good pasta she makes. And then I'm also going to write about her fancy eggs. Those are 2 things about her cooking. Now I got to write 2 things about her cleaning, right? So, and remember, I'm going to be writing about my mom is my special person because, and this reason is going to be she helps clean. So what are 2 things I could write about in my essay about her cleaning? Well, I could write about how she helps clean the kitchen. And I could write about how she helps clean the floors. And then the last reason is that my mom is my special person is because she's lots of fun. So now I got to write 2 things about her being fun. So I'm going to write about that she loves to dance. That's one way she's fun. And she loves to play outside. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to finish this up because you should be writing about your special person and coming up with your 3 reasons and your A's and B's. Now, if you have a folder, I want you to keep this in your folder because on Thursday, we're going to use this, except we're going to be writing our first paragraph. Because remember, now that I have my roadmap, that's my first paragraph. All of this I'm going to talk about in my second paragraph. All of this I'm going to talk about in my third paragraph. All of this in my 4th paragraph. And then all of this in my 5th paragraph. So now I don't have to ask anyone, what do I write about? I know exactly what I'm writing about in every paragraph. And I know that I'm going to have 5 paragraphs. I know I'm going to have an introduction, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, and conclusion. Okay. All right. So as extra practice, if you want, before we leave, is I want to, now we only have about 5 more minutes, but I'm going to give you a prompt. Okay. Everyone has a favorite place. Think about your favorite place. Now explain why this place is your favorite. Now, I'm going to leave this for you for extra practice, okay, before we end today. You can do this on your own. Remember, you have the prompt. You know it's explain, and you know you're writing about your favorite place. So to plan, we've read the prompt. Remember, step 1 is read the prompt. Step 2 is plan. And then step 3 is write the essay. Today, we're just focusing on planning because planning is so important. Remember, it's the roadmap. If we don't have a map, we don't know where we're going. And to plan, we do an IRC outline. So we have I, R1, R2, R3, and C. And then remember, you have A's and B's just for R1, R2, and R3. So you will draw this. You can draw it bigger. I'm just drawing it small to show you. And then as extra practice for today, you can fill this out. All right. So this was just lesson 1. I know this was pretty simple and easy, but although some students tell me, Mrs. Collum, I don't need to plan. It's all in my head. I know what I'm going to write about. I always say, no, you have to plan. We have to get it out on paper because This is our map. Because if anytime when you're writing the essay, you're like, I forgot what I should write about, you just look at your map and you know you're going to have big paragraphs too. Some kids say, I don't know, I can only write one sentence. Well, now you know you can write a lot of sentences because you got to write about your mom's pasta and what's that, and how she cooks that. You got to write about the eggs. I got to write about cleaning, how she cleans the kitchen. So there's a lot to write about, but it's all based off this roadmap, which is our planning. So as a little extra practice, you can complete this. And then on Thursday, we'll hop on here again and I will show you how to write this first paragraph, which is called the I paragraph. Okay. And it's so easy. Okay. I have a very simple way to show you it. But like I said before, if you have a folder, try to keep the stuff we work on in the folder, call it your writing folder. If you want to write your name on the top, decorate it, it'll be your special writing folder. And that way, every time we meet, you can take it out and we can use these same prompts because we're going to be talking about them over and over again because we're going to be using the roadmap. Okay, so thank you so much for coming today, everyone. I'm so glad that you were here. I hope that you found planning to be super easy and you understand that planning is really important and we need that to be able to write our essay. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'm going to send this recording to all of you. So if you want to watch it again, if you want to go back and see what I said in the beginning about the different keywords and planning, feel free to watch it again and make sure you understand it. And I will see you all Thursday. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.